Hey guys, this is Jackie, your nerdy crafter. If you watched Sailor Moon, you secretly wish that you were someone special, waiting to be taken away, and told that you had an important mission. Don't lie. And you're most likely very excited about Sailor Moon Crystal. If you don't know what Sailor Moon Crystal is, Google it. And so in honor of the relaunch, you guys are getting not one, but 2 tutorials in one. And so for this week's bonus tutorial, you guys will learn how to make Sailor Moon's choker and her brooch as a hair clip. Here's what you'll need for this project: yellow, rounded tool and a cutter, a thin red ribbon that goes around your neck. I just cut out a piece that fits around my neck. Velcro, a glue gun, yellow, red, green, blue acrylic paint, 4 glass cabochons. Now if you don't know where to get this, just look on eBay. Otherwise you can actually make those pieces out of colored clay, so you don't have to use the glass. Rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip. Now the first thing you're going to do is take your paint and color the flat part of the cabochon. So you're going to do this for all 4 colors. Once you have all 4 pieces, set them aside so that they dry while you make your project. Now take your yellow clay, make a small ball out of it, place it on a flat surface, and start flattening down the sides so that you have a kind of gumdrop look, so that you're getting something like this. Now take another piece of yellow clay again and flatten it out thick. About this thickness should do. If you're a little nervous about the shape, trace it out with your pointy tool. Once you have your piece, take your rubbing alcohol and Q-tip and clean them both up. Once they're all cleaned up, put them in the oven, 275 degrees Fahrenheit, for 10 minutes. Now, if you're not using the cabochons, this is where you're going to make your rounded pieces with your colored clay, and also put them in the oven with the whole kit. Now, while your piece is baking, we're going to glue on the 2 Velcro pieces to your ribbon. Now remember, when you're putting your ribbon on, it's going to go on like this. So you're going to glue one part of the Velcro here and the other part underneath. Take your glue gun, put it behind your Velcro piece, and stick it right on there. Here they are, all baked. Now to put everything together. Take your semicircle, turn it upside down, and with your glue gun, you're going to start gluing the small colored pieces on each end of the circle. Once your colored cabochons are all glued, now it's time to put the crescent moon. Find the center of your ribbon and glue your crescent moon right on top, just so that the tips stick out on each side. Once this piece is glued, turn it around, put one part of the gem onto the ribbon, and then take your glue gun and glue your ribbon to your gem. And here it is. Here's what you'll need for this project: red, gold or dark yellow, blue, green, a lighter yellow, pink, a hair clip, a rounded tool, rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip to clean up your piece, and the cutter. The first thing you're going to do is flatten out your red clay to about this thickness, and then from this piece you're going to cut an hourglass shape. Now with your fingers, smooth out the ends. Once you have this piece, take your rubbing alcohol and Q-tip and clean it up. Now from your red clay, you're going to cut out a teardrop shape-ish piece so that it goes below your ribbon, like so. Now you don't want the thickness to be too much, so make sure that it's about half the thickness of your actual ribbon. Once you have these pieces, place the thinner ones underneath the bigger ribbon. So far so good. Now with your gold clay, make a nice circle and then flatten it out between the palm of your hands, like so. Now place it in the center of your ribbon, push down lightly. Now take your gold clay again and make a nice thin snake. Cut one end off so that it's straight, and then place it as the border of the circle that you just made. Make sure that wherever the 2 ends meet is where you're going to put a colored gemstone. That way, if you didn't smooth it out perfectly, it's okay, it'll be slightly hidden. Now smooth out the border. Let's keep going. Now with your yellow, red, green, and blue, make 4 tiny balls and start placing them around the rim of your circle. Now flatten out a piece of gold clay again and cut out a crescent moon shape out of that piece. Place that piece inside the circle. Now for the final touch, before we put it on the hair clip, take your pink, make a nice round ball and flatten it again between the palm of your hands. Take your hair clip and your piece and place the piece on top. Turn your clip around, and then you're going to seal the holes with extra small pieces of red clay. That way it's really stuck on the clip. When you're holding your piece upside down, make sure that you're not holding it tight or squishing it down, so keep your hand very loose. Ta-da! Now bake with the hair clip at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 14 minutes. Now be careful when you're taking it out because the metal will be hot. It's up to you. If you want to put a little more detail on the ribbon by making a crease, take your pointy tool, put it right behind the circle, and lightly press down while pulling towards you. All done! All done! Who was your favorite Sailor Scout? For obvious tomboyish reasons, mine was Jupiter. Especially in the original series where that Rainy Day Man song came, I was just like in tears. It's like, where's my Rainy Day Man? Now remember, if you have suggestions for future geeky tutorials, leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't added me on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter, make sure you do that. The links are on my banner. Don't forget to like this video and share with all your Sailor Moon fanatics. Until then, I will see you guys next week.